This is your Daily 5 for Monday, December 15th, 2025. For one of our commentary films for this week, I decided to do something that I really would never have expected us to do, and that is that Lando and I watched a Hallmark movie. That's right, one of the seemingly endless Hallmark Christmas films. We watched, I believe it's 2022's A Southern Family Christmas. Now, I didn't do this just to mess with Lando. This is not just some kind of prank I was pulling on him. But I had remembered at some point, probably because they were announcing more Hallmark movies, or maybe I'd seen Bruce Campbell in something, that Bruce Campbell, the star of the Evil Dead films, as well as many other films like Maniac Cop, that type of thing, was starting to do Hallmark movies. And I didn't read anything about why. I didn't read anything about the movies themselves. I just thought it was something interesting. And so I felt like, as an actor who in most of my life I have known as a person in gore-filled, generally comedic roles, I really could not imagine how he would function in a movie like this. Not that I didn't believe he was a capable actor, because one of the things that most people probably don't remember, especially if you've never seen the films, is that when Bruce Campbell was in the Maniac Cop film, the first one, that's a dramatic role. That's not a jokey movie. It is a straightforward horror film, and he's playing a straightforward character. So it's not that he's never done dramatic roles before, but there was just a very long stretch of time where the movies he was making tended to be lighter in tone, if not outright comedic. And so I was curious, especially because Hallmark films, if you've never seen them, I've seen enough of them because my mother loves them. And so whenever we go to visit her, we inevitably end up watching 5 or 6 of these things, if not more. There is a very specific formula on how these movies are made. They are factory films. They are basically mass-produced comfort entertainment for people who like sweet, endearing, no-nonsense Christmas stories. No possibility of a sad ending. Nothing that could possibly offend anyone of any kind, of any ilk, from anywhere. Just generally straightforward movies where people tend to fall in love, and then snow happens, and a tree twinkles, and I don't know, Santa shows up in the sky or whatever. That's just what they are. And so I tried to figure out how he would function. I finally went, we're just going to watch this thing. And it was a rare case where I told Lando, and I had the same thing, that, hey, if this is that bad, then we'll just pull the eject handle and we won't ever bother talking about it. But we actually made it all the way through. Now, it's still a Hallmark movie. That's all it is. If you've seen a Hallmark movie, you've seen this movie. It does have some specifically different qualities, but barely, and still nothing that would rock even the most flimsy boat on any type of ocean in the slightest. It is still a Hallmark film. Is Bruce Campbell good in it? Yeah, he's playing the material straight. He's very likable. His charisma is unaffected by the Hallmark machine whatsoever, which is great. He comes off as somebody that is very warm and inviting and doing good work with the material. He is playing the character straight. There is no winking at the camera. There's nothing outside of him doing a very good role. They also cast, what Lando and I both remarked was an unusual lead woman for these type of films. Normally a Hallmark film has what looks like a runway model in the lead role, somebody that is, you would expect to see on a Vogue cover or whatever. And instead they went with somebody who was a little off the beaten path for that, while still being a very attractive individual, not the standard cookie cutter runway model type that is in these movies more often than not. So in those ways, it's remarkable. Other than that, it's a Hallmark film. You will know everything coming in here. It is sexless to a comical degree. There are no surprises. It does not veer outside the lines. It does nothing other than deliver Hallmark TM Christmas magic. If you like that, you will like this movie. And I'm not criticizing that. It is very easy for me to understand why people like these movies. They're very comfortable and safe. You can put them on. You don't have to think too hard. The whole family can watch them. They have positive messaging by and large. It makes sense why there is an entire industry of these films, and why there probably will be for the foreseeable future, because I'm sure they're inexpensive to make. You can just tell that they have this formula down. They know how to make these movies, I'm sure, very quickly, and what they deliver is exactly what you go into them for. So as long as you know that, and you want to see Bruce Campbell in it, then you'll have a good time. If you hate Hallmark movies, though, this won't change a thing. Later.